Hey y'all, so sorry I look crazy. I just got out of the shower. My hair is nice and wet and crazy and yeah, it's wet. This is the beginning of day 4 of Booktube-A-Thon. I am doing this very weird, I might say. So I start the days very late at night, like basically when it's almost actually like technically the next day. Like, for example, it is right now still the 4th day of Booktube-A-Thon, but it is 10:30 at night. Because I'm so annoying. And because I'm a night owl and this is when I come alive and when I get the most done. I am sitting here reading Finding Audrey. I've got like 70 pages left. About ready to finish this bad boy. And then I am going to read We Are Okay. So hopefully I read it quicker. Just because I'm sick right now, I do have a harder time like getting through stuff. So at least I'm reading. I'm reading more than what I would normally read. So that's good. Definitely good. I will probably be finishing. I'm wanting to finish 7 books this week, but if I don't, I will at least finish 5. So that's still better than what I do most of the time. So that's pretty good. That's what Booktube-A-Thon is for, to get you to read more than what you normally do. My mom is kicking ass and taking names. She finished Confessions of a Shopaholic. She gave it a 3-star rating. It wasn't her favorite. Now she's listening to something else, but she's in the bathtub, so I don't know what that is. But the next book I'm going to be reading is We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. I've been wanting to read this forever, and it's super short, so I should be able to get through it. I'm hoping maybe I can even finish it tonight, but I also said I was going to finish Finding Audrey last night and I fell asleep, so no promises, but I can tell you all my goals, I guess. So yeah, but that is just the introduction to this vlog. I do intend on giving you like my final thoughts on Finding Audrey, but right now I do have some thoughts. Audrey, if you guys watched my last vlog, know that she has pretty severe social anxiety and she has depression and anxiety. So she has 3 things, or general anxiety. And she just decided that she was cured and wasn't going to take her medication anymore, which is, I understand where she's coming from because I've done this before. I've thought I'm doing better, I can do this, I can get off of this. And you don't want to have to be reliant on the medicine. You just don't. You want to be off of it. You want to find a place in your life where you're so good with yourself mentally and physically that you don't have to be on this medication anymore. And I completely understand where she's coming from. But she's having good days right now. And I'm thinking she's just thinking she's not going to have any more bad days. And that's just unfortunately not how that works. It would be great if that's how that worked, but it's not. And she's going to have more bad days. She's going to have struggles. What was that? She's hopeful and she doesn't want to have any more bad days. But unfortunately, when it comes to mental illness, you're going to have bad days probably the rest of your life. It's going to always be a battle. Sometimes it's going to be, there's going to be where there's more good days than there are bad, and other times there's more bad days than there are good. But it's always kind of going to go up and down like that. At least that's how it's been for me. And I know I'm only 20 years old, but still, I mean, I've had this since I was 6, and that's always how it's been. Sometimes I can go months being great, but I won't get off my medicine because the instant I start saying I'm going to be fine without my medicine, it starts to come back. You don't realize how much it helps you until it's gone, until you realize that it's not, it is something that unfortunately you need right now. Sorry, my hair's falling out. That's like so creepy for me. My hair just keeps falling out. I don't know if it's like my sickness that I have or what, but oh, I did go to the doctor today. That's another reason I just didn't vlog. I mean, I don't like vlogging doctor's appointments, but I am just going to... Oh, and also another thing that happened in this book. Linus, which is a character in this book, told Audrey once to... She was starting to freak out in a public place, and he goes, well, just switch it off. Just turn it off. And she looked at him and she goes, "Don't you think if I could switch this off, I would have done it by now?" And I literally wanted to jump up and say amen and preach and all that and say it louder for the people in the back and all those little memes that happen, because I have never felt something so strongly before. I get so irritated, mind-numbingly irritated, when I hear people tell me when I'm freaking out or when I'm venting to them and they say, "Just turn it off. Just tell yourself to quit thinking about it." If I even had any slight possibility of doing that on my own, do you people honestly really think that I would not have turned it off by now? Do you think I like sitting here suffering, being in a little prison inside of my brain? Do you think I enjoy that? I don't. I can already answer you, I do not enjoy that. No one does. And it's something that people say, that I've had so many people say to me, and these are people who don't have, or at the time didn't have, mental illnesses or whatever. And it's obnoxious. It is obnoxious when people say that. And the thing is, Lannis is such a good kid. I love this guy. He's so sweet, and I want nothing but good things from him. And I was irritated with him, but it's not like I got like super like pissed at him, because I know that when people say this, I don't think they have the intention of hurting our feelings. I think it's just, you need to think before you speak kind of thing, and try to remember to activate your sensitivity chip in your brain. But he's still such a good kid, and he's helped Audrey a lot, but she shouldn't have stopped taking her medicine. I'm going to continue reading this, and I will update y'all later. Bye. Hey y'all.
Hello.
So it is a little while later. I think it's like 1 a.m. And I have finished Finding Audrey by Sophia Kinsella, and I loved it. It was so cute. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars, which I have not seen anybody that I follow on Goodreads give this book a 5 out of 5 stars. And I don't know why. I'm going to talk about some of the points they make in a second, but let her talk.
I'm reading Can You Keep a Secret by the same girl,
Sophia Kinsella.
It's
Or
so
Sophie
funny.
Kinsella.
It is so funny.
She's laughed a lot.
I laughed so hard. I finished Confessions of a Shopaholic earlier. I do not like the book as well as I like the movie. It's not as good. I gave it a 4 out of 5 star on Goodreads, but I think I'm going to go back and change it.
I told them you gave it a 3, because you told me you didn't like. I don't know. When you said 4, I was like, why?
It didn't make me laugh. It was like a chore to get through it for me. She goes, "Why don't you DNF it?" I said, "Because I put 8 hours into it. I'm going to finish it."
I sometimes you just got to DNF it. Oh.
Your hair's coming out big time. Okay, I'll let her tell you about hers, but I want to tell you about mine. But this one is hilarious. I'm really enjoying this one.
And she's coloring, and the reason she's not talking is because she's tired and she wants to go to bed. So, Mom, Jesus,
this is what I'm coloring. And I want to finish it so I can go to bed.
Yeah, you can finish it tomorrow.
No, I gotta finish it tonight.
But I want to talk about Finding Audrey. I'm going to talk about some points that people have made about this book. The first being about this book being more about the brother Frank than about Audrey. I'm going to have to say I disagree with that, because I feel like a big reason it was more about Frank at the beginning is because of Audrey's mental health issues. She didn't really say anything, you know what I mean? She didn't say much at all. And I think it was just trying to show that she was really just an observer of the family at that point, kind of a fly on the wall, just kind of there. And she observed a lot. And the reason it was more about Frank is because Audrey wasn't very vocal. She wasn't very present in the family dynamic at the time. She just would kind of sit there. She didn't really have an opinion about anything. She wouldn't say anything, and wouldn't make eye contact. She wouldn't touch them. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's why it was more about Frank. That's why I feel it was more about Frank at the beginning, because as you get along in the book and as her mental health gets better, it becomes a lot more about Audrey. And that's also just a family. When you read books, a lot of the time the main character it's all about them. That's not how a family works. When you have a family, it's about everyone. And I felt like the author did a good job at balancing that. Like, it went, to me, pretty well between Frank and Audrey. And Felix was little. I feel like we didn't see him as much, but he was so young. I don't feel like he had like a great plot to the story because he was like, I don't know, I feel like he was 4 or something. I can't remember. I just feel like that's why. But yeah, I feel like that's why Frank was so prominent in the beginning, and it was about Frank because Audrey was still trying to find herself, and she was just such like a wallflower that she just didn't really say a lot. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel he was more a part of the story at the beginning, or more I don't even feel like he was the main focus at times. I just felt like we just watched how Audrey's life was and her role in the family was at that point, and then we watched her grow into the family more and become her old self. Sorry, y'all, I had to remember what my second point was. Another point in this book was that Audrey didn't talk about what happened to her with all of this. I was irritated with that at first, that we never really got details about what happened to her. But then I was like, she keeps saying, you don't have to relive this. You have the right not to talk about it. You have the right not to relive it over and over again. And also saying that don't give the situation the power over you. And by doing that, don't talk about it as much. So I didn't really mind that. To me, it wasn't about what happened. It was about her mental health journey. And that's just what I think personally. I just think that it wasn't super important. You know, like, sure, we're nosy. We want to know. Like, obviously, we want to know. As a person who was very private when I was in high school and nobody knew anything about me because I didn't want them to know unless I decided, like with these vlogs, obviously people know more about me now, but before I didn't want anybody knowing anything about me. So yeah, I completely understand that, the privacy of it. So that didn't really bother me that much. I know it bothered some people, but it honestly, it just didn't bother me too terribly bad. And I do understand when people say that she went from one extreme to the other, like being really sick and really just like down on herself, you know, like I completely understand. And then to her going from, I'm better, I'm cured, you know what I mean? That was a little weird. I think that was kind of like that. If I had to pick one fault with the book, it was that she got better really fast. And to me, that's not realistic at all, because that's not how my experience has been. I've been dealing with this since I was 6. And I don't feel like I'm better by any means. I'm 20 years old. I've been dealing with this for 14 years. 14 years of my life I have been dealing with all of these mental illnesses, and they stack up. I get new ones. It sucks. But I like the jagged line thing that they would do. So Audrey would have this graph showing her progress, and it would just be kind of bumpy. It would be going right up like this, but it would be jagged. It would go up and then it go down, then go up and then it go down. And she just wanted it to be straight like this. And that is very unrealistic. And her doctor told her that was unrealistic. You're going to have your ups and downs, and every human being in the world has ups and downs. So it's not like that was something that is crazy to have ups and downs, but especially with mental health. You're not going to be 100% every day for the rest of your life. To me, with mental health, there isn't a cure. There's just ways to make it manageable and easier to cope with and deal with. And you kind of just accept the fact that it's a part of who you are. And you just have to learn to find ways for it not to control every single aspect of your life, which I am still very much in the process of trying to learn methods to help me do that, because I let fear control me all the time. So if there's anything that I didn't love about Finding Audrey, it was that I was worried it'd maybe give people who have similar situations but are younger, or this is brand new for them, that they think it's just going to get cured that easily and that fast, because it's more than likely it's not. Oh my gosh, the meeting where they met up with Izzy, that was annoying. So annoying when they met up with her and her parents. She was one of the girls that was really mean to her. And her parents are one of those parents who thinks that their children do absolutely no wrong. And these kids put on a front for their parents. They dress really nice. They don't curse. They don't drink in front of them. They don't do anything in front of their parents. And they're fake. That's that. This girl has her parents completely fooled, and she's not a very good person. So, yeah. I love how Audrey handled it at first, you know. I didn't love how she was doing it, and I loved how she handled this bitch. And her bitch-ass parents, too, because they needed an ass whooping. I just can't stand those parents who think their kids are saints and can do no wrong. They're angels sent from God. They don't make mistakes. They're perfect. And they never make their kid take responsibility for their actions. Ever. No matter how much evidence is stacked against them, they will still say their kid is perfect. Drives me fucking crazy. I can't even get on that. That's all. I've talked about what I want to talk about with that. Sorry. But I'm gonna maybe read We Are Okay. I also have some other books that I'm just gonna read during the Booktube-A-Thon. I've kind of just forgotten about the challenges. I just want to read what I want to read, to be honest with you. But I also would like to read Confessions of a Shopaholic to see if I feel the same way, because this is my book to film adaptation. So I am trying to remember the challenges. And I've got maybe Every Hearted Doorway I'll read. And I might read Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender. I might read P.S. I Still Love You. I might read Paperweight. I might read All the Missing Girls. I might read The Unexpected Everything. I might read In a Dark, Dark Wood. I don't know. But as of right now, it's going to be between Confessions of a Shopaholic or We're Okay. Those are the two I'm going to pick. So I will let y'all know, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye. Hey y'all, so it is officially day 5 of Booktube-A-Thon, and I once again did not end my vlog from yesterday, which is getting really annoying. Nothing really happened. I had to try new medicine for my Crohn's disease. It made me sick as a dog, so I didn't read anymore last night, which was all I wanted to do was go in my bedroom and read. I was in such a reading mode. I took that medicine and was done. I was done, and that pisses me off more than y'all can even fathom. But this is it for day 4. I'm going to do the introduction to day 5 later. It's like 3:30 in the afternoon. So yeah, we will see y'all later. Bye.